Hey guys, this is Chris Kermis, and in this video I'm going to take you on a tour of the top 10 things you absolutely must see and do if you're in Cluj-Napoca, the unofficial capital of Transylvania in Romania. And what better place to get started here in Cluj than Union Square, the historic heart of the city. You've got the beautiful St. Michael's Church with its Gothic architecture, intricate detailing and these incredible stained glass windows inside. Then you've got the huge statue to Matthias Corvinus on the square as well, and it's dotted around with these lovely cafes, terraces. It's absolutely vibrant, it's full of life here. Okay, and I've got a little bonus tip for you guys. You can actually climb the bell tower of St. Michael's Church. So you go around the side entrance to the church, and they only let a certain number of people in each day. It's dependent on how many people can fit in the balcony, and it's preference to registered people, so local people, but it's not really that busy. When I was there was no one really waiting. There's only a few people up here, and you get this fantastic view. And can you believe they just let you up for free? So this is it. This is how to find the tower. Just follow this little path behind me just by the main entrance just here. Follow that all the way around as far as it'll go, and there's your entrance. Now Cluj is about a lot more than the fixed sites you can see year round. It's got a vibrant cutting-edge festival scene. It's really well known for electronic music, but there's also arts, there's jazz, and right now there's a Transylvania International Film Festival. This is the most important in the country. For 2 weeks in June this runs, and it attracts people from around the world. This square, Union Square, later on today, it's going to be turned again into one massive open-air cinema.
Monitorizăm atent fructele și legumele din Piața de peste 700 de reziduri de pesticide în laboratoare europene certificate.
What does the film mean? E bun. Lege e bun.
Okay, next up we've got the Cluj Museum of Art. It's located right on the square here in this beautiful historic building that you see behind me, and it's got Romanian and international artists. Let's go take a look right now. And I've got to say, I didn't quite expect this kind of noise when I was at the museum as well, but it's all about the Transylvania International Film Festival right now. There's a band on a stage here, they're obviously just checking right now. I see a big screen down below as well, there's other stuff going on here too. So, kind of interesting times here in Cluj. Now, whenever I'm in a new city, one thing I absolutely have to do is find the highest point and just see the views over the city, really get a feel for the place. And Cluj definitely delivers in this. You've got this lovely park up on a hill just north of the city centre, historic buildings up here, and these fantastic vistas. This is just beautiful. Now sometimes around here you're walking around and you find it does get a little bit run down. Sometimes you really have to persevere. You're walking down a pathway, you think there's going to be a beautiful view, then there's a hotel or a cafe in the way. But it is worth persevering because you do find these little gems, and even if it is a little bit run down here, the views are still just as spectacular. It's just a shame it doesn't go to better use. This area here would make a lovely little cafe terrace. But still, look at this, it's fantastic. Now I'm going to head down from the hill to the Matthias Corvinus house, back in the centre of the city. This was the former home of a medieval king. But scrap that for a moment. There's a lot more to the old town here than just these beautiful old buildings and wonderful squares. Just take a walk around. There's things everywhere. Beautiful coloured buildings, bars, terraces, restaurants. It's full of life here. It's just spectacular. Now you may remember early on the square, the big statue of the man on the horse, Matthias Corvinus, the renowned medieval king of Hungary and Croatia. He was actually born in Cluj, in this building right behind me. According to legend, Matthias' mother sent for him with a raven with a ring in its beak. Now supposedly the raven flew non-stop from Transylvania to Prague, and thus the boy king of ravens was crowned. The ring in the raven's beak became the family crest, and also they took the name Corvinus, coming from the Latin from raven.
Good. Ah,
Yeah. Wow, just come in here. Supposedly it's a special event for students right now, but look at this beautiful garden out the back. I'm not sure whether I can actually see in the museum or not, but the kind man here has let me have a little look around anyway, and holding the camera for me. Thank you, sir. Okay, so we're coming down below. The man is actually showing me around specially. It's not properly open right now, but supposedly there's a gallery, mostly from the students here. Oh, wow.
Așa ca să vezi și tu. Așa filmează.
Student.
Da, student. Inclusiv aici o lucrare de studenți, ceramica.
Ceramica, yeah, ceramics, yeah.
Aici e bronz, lucrare de bronz turnat. Bronz.
Oh, yeah.
Asta de aici.
Huh. Wow, look at this place. This is fantastic. I'm not finding out anything about what I thought I would find out about here, but still, this is super interesting. A little bit different here.
Ia uite aici cum este băgat împletirea lemnului prin fanta asta de lemn. Vezi?
Oh, yeah.
Da?
Wow.
Deci asta de aici este băgat așa în lemn.
Now that I didn't understand. And what is your name?
Numele Romica.
Numere Romico.
Da.
I'm Chris. Thank you so much for showing me around, sir. Appreciate it.
Pare bine și mie.
Well, that was a lovely and crazy experience I really didn't expect. And this is what I love about vlogging sometimes. The content just comes right to you when you're least expecting it. Let's now head on to another one of Cluj's beautiful green spaces, Central Park. Now Cluj is blessed with some beautiful parks and green areas. Central Park here has a lake, some lovely old university buildings, and it's a welcome break from the busy streets of the city. Now, I'm not going to lie to you, you can't completely get away from the city streets here. It's not big enough for that, but it's still a nice welcome break. Okay, the cars are there in the background, but still you've got the quacking of ducks louder than the cars. Much nicer, I think. And would you look at this square? This is an absolute gem of Cluj. You got the beautiful and completely unique Dormition of the Mother of God Church behind me. And round this way, the building that's vying to be the most beautiful building in Cluj, the National Opera House, looking like it's something straight out of Vienna. And there's so much more as well. Come take a look. And down the bottom of that beautiful square, we've got the Tailor's Bastion, a 15th century fortification. Nowadays, it's holding a museum partly dedicated to the history of the fortification, and also the other part, just modern art. There's a bit of building work at the moment, but hey, we can take a look anyway. And this is another one of the beautiful green areas of Cluj, also dating back to the 19th century. There's plants from all over the world here, there's themed gardens, and there's even a museum here. Let's go check it out. The rose garden here is just beautiful. It's certainly not peak blooming time, but it's just filled with colour everywhere and this beautiful building behind. And now I come across the area for the greenhouses. While I can't say it's the most beautiful greenhouse I've ever seen in a botanical garden, the size of it is pretty impressive. Wow. It's hot and humid in here, but with these beautiful, beautiful trees that you'd never see in this part of the world. Fantastic. And most importantly, it's lovely and quiet as well. We're far enough back from the streets now. Stepping into this greenhouse, it feels like I'm in another world. Even more humid, even more tropical than the last. This beautiful, beautiful pond in the middle with these huge water lilies. Wow. Now, the Botanical Gardens is certainly not the quietest site in the city, to be perfectly honest with you. There are the odd tour groups here, and there's certainly some school trips. You probably hear the screaming of kids in the background right now, but it's still quite a large area, so it's quite easy to actually avoid this. So, definitely worth a trip. It really is nice here, and it really is calm no matter what you hear in the background right now. Okay, let's head on. Cluj is a city where you can and absolutely must eat well. It's blessed with some fantastic restaurants, offering up great traditional Romanian cuisine. So I've picked out something nice and traditional local to try. I've got somali, which is stuffed cabbage rolls. So this is like sour cabbage cooked for ages, and it contains a little parcel of meat, usually pork, sometimes with chicken in as well. And that has polenta served on the side. Okay, that's quite a lot of food right there. I'm certainly not going hungry. Let's just try some of this as is. That's really, really tasty, that is. Yeah, really, really hearty. There's definitely some rice in there as well. Yeah, it's lovely. It's different, but at the same time familiar. But on top of that, there's also awesome modern European food, with brunch being a really big thing here. I've ordered poached eggs with bacon. It seems the obvious thing on the menu to go for. Doesn't really sound that impressive, right? But when you look at this thing, it looks absolutely incredible. Check this out. There we go, there's a bit of smashed avocado on the side, some pesto there, some cherry tomatoes. And look at these perfectly wobbly poached eggs. Oh, this is a delight. Are you ready for the money shot on this? Oh, look at that right there. That's what it's all about. And then there's great modern European restaurants for lunch and dinner. So this is really quite an impressive salad. You've got really, really generous portion of this lovely, lovely steak here. The token green leaves underneath, some generous, generous Parmesan cheese here. These little cherry tomatoes. And then this wonderful, wonderful fresh bread. And if that's not enough, there's also some amazing international food on offer too. Okay, beautiful. Thank you so much. Okay, let's start off with the shredded beef here. Oh, that is beautiful. That really does taste like the real deal. Wow. Now, Cluj has a lot more to offer than just its history. It's a lively student city with a really creative bar scene that's well worth exploring. Is another thing that you must do here. There's inventive places, craft beer and cocktails. The one I'm in right now is called Insomnia, and this is a place that supposedly is popular with writers and actors, and it started as a photo and art gallery. And then we've got a completely different side of the Cluj bar scene here. This tiny little hole in the wall, this is the place to get your craft beer fix. They've got 10 taps, they've got loads of bottles and cans, local and international craft beer, and it's a tiny little place, but so charming. Cheers, guys. I'm just having beer in this fantastic place, and sorry, what was your name?
Dragoș.
Dragoș comes to join me. I'm Chris.
Nice to meet you.
And you were actually making a new cocktail for the bar today, or is it a new cocktail or an existing?
No, existing cocktail we just presented in a video on our Instagram, and I made this for you. Yeah, so this is Iron Seduction. It's a rum-based cocktail, long drink actually, but it's something with love. We put a lot of love in this cocktail. After many tries, we got this result. So It's basically rum, Di Saronno and peach tree, mixed with some passion fruit syrup, and we have some homemade we made from the tea, some tea cordial, and this is from a guava papaya tea, mixed with lemon, fresh lemon juice, and topped with ginger beer and tonic water.
Okay, so donning the most appropriate headwear for the place, let's give this a try. This is so nice of them to give me this free cocktail here. Wow. Oh, that is so tasty. God, I tell you what, you don't really know the alcohol's in there. It's so hidden by the fruit. It's really pineapple-y, fruity, lemon. This is so dangerous, particularly at this time on a Sunday. Whoa. Oh, fantastic. I could get used to this. Okay, in this video, I've given you a ton of great reasons why you should come to Cluj. But as a little bonus, why shouldn't you come? Well, I'm going to tell you right now. Big roads. They take an eternity to cross. And it's bloody raining all the time. Ah, screw that. Of course you should come here. It's a great city.